But we had no business going into Iraq, and I think many of you know the story, and I'll just give it to you briefly. President Bush went to the Congress and said Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. Unless you give me the authority to go over there and take them away from him, he's going to do harm to the American people. Congress said, okay, okay, okay. Are you sure? President came back, Condoleezza Rice came back and said, yes, we're absolutely sure. Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction, and he's ready to use those against our people. So the Congress, before I got there, gave the President the authority. Go into Iraq. Went over to Iraq, no weapons. We looked and we looked and we looked and we looked and we looked. No weapons anywhere. Nobody in the world now suggests that he had weapons. It was a mistake. Whether it was an intentional mistake, history will determine that. But no weapons. Then the question became, well, what do we do now? We're over here. And the President decided, well, what we need to do is to find Saddam Hussein and to depose him, dethrone him, depose him. And we found him. He was hiding in a hole. They found him, they pulled him out, cleaned him up, put him in jail, put him on trial. He was tried before the world, and he's now been executed. He's dead. He's gone. And then the military, the President decided, well, since we're in Iraq, and Iraq is such an important region of the world because of the natural resources, oil, while we're here, we're going to show them a different way. We're going to teach them and demonstrate to them how democracy can work for their people. So we insisted on elections. And thankfully, the Iraqi leadership bought into what we were saying. And they have now had elections, and they have their elected leaders. But we're still there. And our men and women are right in the middle of a civil war between the Shiites and the Kurds and Sunnis. These are three warring factions that have been at each other for hundreds of years, and it has not stopped, and it's not going to stop. What we need to do is to bring our men and women home from Iraq and to get ready to fight other conflicts that may present themselves. And so President Obama, during the campaign, promised that within 16 months we would have the troops home. He has now met with the Joint Chiefs and the military commanders on the ground, and he has extended it to 19 months. So the plan now is to get our troops home within 19 months. And then we can concentrate on terror. That's the war that we must fight. Because we have people in this world who don't like you and they don't like me. They don't know us. We're Americans. And so they don't like us. And they would like nothing more than to take us out as a country. We've got to make sure that does not happen. Very good question. All right, back where we started, then I'll be finished. Yes?
It's kind of a shift to healthcare. Healthcare is very important to my family. My grandparents take a lot of medication. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
I was just wondering your opinion on the whole Tom Daschle thing. I mean, I understand they had tax problems, but I personally believe that Tom Daschle wasn't ideal for the job just because of his connections to Washington.
Yes.
Not that I don't like Catherine Zbilius, but
Yeah.
she doesn't have the same connections and probably can't maneuver it just as well around Washington. So what do you think? Do you think we should have been DeRosa nominee, or?
I've got mixed feelings about it. Senator Daschle, as you say, has impeccable qualifications. He knows the Senate, he knows the Washington scene very well. Where he made a mistake is that he accepted a chauffeur and a free car for the last 4 years or 2 years. I forgot the time frame. So when he needed to get around Washington, he'd just walk out of the office and get in the car and go, and someone else paid for it. Well, that did not come out when they were vetting him and getting him ready to be nominated. After he was nominated, it was revealed that he had done this. And this is a violation of tax law. If I were to give your teacher, Mr. Holloman, right now a card and say, Mr. Holloman, you could keep this thing for a year and you can do anything you want to do, he said he accepts it. All right? But if I were to give your teacher a free car and a driver, and if he accepted it, that is income to him. The value of that car, the value of the person driving the car, and it was a 24-hour commitment on behalf of the drivers. All of that is counted as income, and when you don't put it on your income tax return, you have violated the law. And so I wish the president had known that before he nominated him. I've got mixed feelings about it. I know I'm not giving you a straight answer. But I wish Tom Daschle or someone of his qualifications, had gotten a position. The president had already set him up to be the health czar. He was going to have an office in the White House and all of that. And now we have Governor Sebelius, who has credentials, but not at the level of the senator. Governor Sebelius is from Kansas. Barack Obama's maternal family was from Kansas. And that emotional connection. I think he wanted someone from Kansas, and she will do a good job, but I would have preferred Senator Dashiell. Yeah. I've lost track of the time, and I've got another commitment over here, and so I think I better begin to close it out.
Well, they asked better questions than I would.
But you got a list to go by. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. We need to find a corner. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. I've never had sex like that before. I'm dead. All right. Okay, all right. Oh, now it's challenging. Yeah. Wow, it's tremendous. All right, I'm gonna take you up on it. All right, how you want to do this thing? Hello.
I need to get your picture.
Okay. Farrell. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. He said he got it from the questions here. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's do it.
Mr. Congressman, will you have a couple minutes for us before we?
If I can lay it on the table here.
Okay, yeah.
Got this bag back here now.
We're going to make this kind of, we're going to make this really short.
Well, you can sit.
That was about the radio, and you all want to be in the hallway.
It's gonna be a second.
Yeah. We'll transition up to the front office.
Are you ready out there? Is it ready? You ready out in the hallway?
Yeah, we're going out to the front office.
I'm gonna stop and start it in.
Yeah.